Hello guys, this is Justin McGowan and welcome back to the channel. Now I am so sorry about this. I am super late on this. More late than usual and all that. But a lot of things have happened that have made me super late and all that. Like how long was I late? Like out of the top, you would likely see that there's something different about me, about my glasses and all that. And how do I get those? Well, I posted a video of a late Christmas special on my main channel, Justin McGowan. So feel free to check that out and see how I got it and all of that. But a lot has been happening in my life that made me very late on this. I love it, and there's one of the many reasons why I was late, and that answer will be at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that one. But I'm really sorry that I'm late on this. I'm doing it now. Let's finish this. Because in my last video on this channel, I was talking about FCC, and I said it in my last video on November that December 19th would be the last day with FCC. And by the time I'm recording this, it's nearly the end of January, and I still haven't done the video on my December summary yet. So let's get that out of the way. So if you watched the end of the last video, you know that it ended with a school week, and the start of December is the same way. So on Wednesday, December 1st, I was working at PS79, well, once again, and it was great to be back and all that. I mean, like, the group there was a bit shorter, but despite it being short, it became another one of those moments where we dominated again and all that. And not only that, but I dominated as well. As on that day, I made a total of five walk-ins, and I believe 2 appointments and one commitment. Which is another FCC special right there. I made a total of 18 standard conversations and 2 extended conversations. And not only that, but I have the most walk-ins out of everyone. As for my team, they made a total of 7 walk-ins, 3 appointments, and 7 commitments. Definitely a lot more than it did the first time, and it is amazing. And now there's an interesting thing that happens. Like after work, I was chilling around and all of that, and everything was fine. And then when it was time for me to go to sleep, for some reason, I started to feel less energy and felt super sick, and all of that. It's like not even time and all that. It just dropped, and I felt really bad. And then when I woke up, I was very bad. Like I had a cold, my throat was hurt, and I wasn't feeling super well. So before I went to work, I made sure that I got a COVID test to make sure that it wasn't COVID. Thankfully, it wasn't COVID, so of course I was able to go to work over there. And where I was working the next day on December 2nd was, I think it was Q2555. Like I don't remember. It's been a while since since before, so I've forgotten a lot, and my Slane account talking about messages for FCC is not around anymore since it's finished and all that. So it's going to be hard for me to fully keep track of everything. I probably might have got them wrong, but I'm trying my best. But I went over there, and it was pretty much, despite having a vaccine bus there, it was pretty much dead. Like, how dead? It was dead up to the point where I was only one of two people to make an appointment. It was so dead that we had to move to Queens Center Mall. So we all got to the buses together and all of that. And when we got to Queens Center Mall, oh my God, it was amazing and all of that. Because as soon as I now noticed before I said that I made an appointment at the other site, which is okay, but in Queens Center Mall, I was able to come up with 6 walk-ins, 6, and I also made 1 commitment. I made a total of 60 standard conversations and 2 extended conversations. And do you know what the best part about this is? All the walk-ins happen all at once because I was standing around and someone asked me that they're looking for the vaccine, and then I walked them there and all of that, and then as soon as I brought them there and soon as I was gonna leave, people were asking for masks, and a lot of them had told me that they were gonna get vaccinated and all that. It's like there and there and there. And it was all at the same time. It's just amazing. It's like, it's like I was writing down I was gonna put the call that I made a walk-in, and then more people came along, and there we go. It's like that. Like as soon as I told my team lead that at that site that I made 6 walk-ins, he couldn't believe his eyes. He was like, "You made 6 walk-ins? That's crazy!" Yeah, that definitely was. It's like that. Like this was just like you can't make it perfect in that. Like it's a perfect example where everything goes right. And right there, and in that site, my team in total made a total of 5 appointments and 7 commitments. Okay, so then on December 3rd, I was originally going to work at a school near Flushing, which was really exciting and all that. Like, I went to Flushing, I was making perfect time and just waiting for the bus. I looked on the Slane, and I saw that my site got changed. Like, instead of there, they told me to go to a school at Elmhurst, like near Astoria Boulevard and like 95th Street and all of that. It's like I couldn't believe it, and I was like, how was I supposed to know this? It's like they played that at the last second. Thankfully, all I had to do was take a bus to Northern Boulevard and walk there, and I just made it. I just made it right on time. Thank God I wasn't late and all of that. And when I was there, the team lead I had that day was one of my friends that I had in Venturing Crew 312. I was at first I didn't recognize it at first because the name is different than the guy, but I figured out. I was like, oh my God, I'm working with this guy. It's like I messaged him telling that the site got changed, and he was like, yo, my prayers have been answered. It's like he really wanted me to be in his team for a long time and all of that. And that was great and all that. Okay, so at the start I was inside the school, and then I went outside of near Astoria for the rest of the time because the school was closing early and all that. But on that day, I made a total of 2 walk-ins, 1 appointment, and 2 commitments, while making 15 standard conversations and 11 extended conversations. And that was good and all that. And meanwhile, my team made a total of 2 walk-ins and 4 appointments. Okay, so that was a good day over there. And with that, I pretty much dominated. Like that week right there was the best performance I've ever had in the week. Like almost that entire week, I've led the entire team in walk-ins. It's like I always have the most. Like, that is just insane. To have one day of taking the charge is interesting enough, but the entire week? Like, it was super insane. And the reason I say almost is that I would have gone Monday, but I wasn't because I got a late reminder about a COVID test and I couldn't go because of all that. So it was a really good week and all that. So then on Monday, December 6th, I was working in Northern Boulevard near Best Buy. And I believe I had a different site before that, but they changed it there and all that. So I left. So all I had to do was take the 66, but the 66 took forever, and because of that, I was late and all that. But that's not what's bad. What's bad is that when I got there, I found out that there was no vaccination site near us. So all that time we had to rely on making appointments. Like seriously, why would they send us to a dead place with no appointments and all that, and with no place to go and all that? I mean, for that day, I made a total of one appointment and 8 commitments. Most of them I was close for making an appointment, but I had trouble with the sites and with the websites and all that, and I took too long, which sucked because I would have made so much more if they worked correctly and all that. So, and I basically made a total of 58 standard conversations and 11 extended conversations. So there was no walk-ins for that site. And meanwhile, my team made a total of like 10 commitments, and that was it, I think. Again, I forgot exactly about the total, but that's what happened and all that. So then, the next day, on December 7th, I was in Junction Boulevard, which changed from a clinic near Forest Hills to Junction Boulevard. But that was really good because it was much closer and all that, and it was more convenient for me and all that. And then I walked to that site, and just like the day before, I realized that there was no vaccination sites near us. Well, except for luckily there were pharmacies and the place and the clinic where I got my vaccine in 34th Avenue. But still, there wasn't anywhere close to us and all that. And we had it was another day where we had a very big team and all of that. So we tried to talk and talk and talk and talk and all of that. And I kept talking and couldn't. And I had a difficult time finding anyone to talk, finding people to get vaccinated and all of that. And the worst part about it is that none of my teammates spoke Spanish, which made it even harder for us because we couldn't talk to them and all that. And then it came near the end where one of my teammates wanted me to give that guy an appointment, and I was like, I'm finally coming out with something. I'm so happy about this. but I was trying to put him in, and I couldn't talk to him because he spoke Spanish and all that. And he said that they knew a friend nearby that can help translate, and then he was gonna go and brain him. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting the whole time, but the shift ended, and the guy never came back. After all of that, like, the whole point of me waiting around for that guy was a complete waste of time. So much so that I basically got out with nothing. All I made was one commitment, and that was it. Despite making 138 standard conversations and one extended conversation, which just sucks. Like, I could, if I had a Spanish speaker, we could have got some more and all that. And I don't think my team made anything either. Which is upsetting. It's like, I've been trying to figure out finding someone to get vaccinated and all of that. I waited the whole day, and when I finally had a chance to get something, they're like, nope, you're done. Oh, man. So on Wednesday, December 8th, I believe I was working in a Hart Playground in Astoria, in Woodside, and when I got there, I was like, oh boy, I get to work at Hart Playground. I remember working there with AM Trace. They have vaccine buses there. This is going to be great. And then I went there only to find out that there was no vaccination sites again. Luckily, there was a pharmacy near us, and we basically did things there. But still, it was getting ridiculous that they keep sending us to dead areas where nothing happened. And again, barely much happened. I made no walk-ins again. Luckily, I was able to make one appointment and 8 commitments, while having 146 standard conversations and 1 extended conversation. But unlike before, my team did very good and all that, as they made a total of 4 appointments and 14 commitments, I think. Again, it's been a while, so I forget a lot. I'm so sorry about it. And then it happened again, because I was forced to take a COVID test on Thursday. On Thursday, I was supposed to work near the Flushing Library again, which was really exciting. And then I was like, oh, well, okay, they have a vaccination site there, so at least we got that and all that. And then they changed it to Oakland Gardens, which was far away, and it didn't look like there was a site there. Like, I was super angry and all that. But then it got worse. Like, I was sleeping in the morning and all that at my grandma's. And then we got a phone call from my mom, and she said that that one student in her school got COVID, and my mom, my stepdad, and I were forced to take a COVID test. And I was upset because the testing site I would go to get tested did not start till 10. And what make matters worse, I started work at Oakland Gardens on 10:30, which made it impossible for me to go to work in time, because I wanted to leave at 9:30, but couldn't because I had to get tested first. So because of that, I had to I had to take the sick day, which is dumb, cause I could have been working. Like, I was so angry that at that point that I emailed my canvassing director telling her about that schedule, and I've been doing a bad job and all of that. And that sucks. And it sucked that they changed the test, that they changed my schedule. Because if they kept me in the Flushing Library, I would have had enough time to make it to work on time. It's like I was telling my canvassing director how I felt about scheduling, and I told her if they could possibly to make sure they do a better job and all of that. I mean, like, it was risky, but I had to do it, because that's the thing about me. Like, if something is wrong, then I have to address it, and that's what I did. Okay, let's pause right here for a moment. Like, now, I was talking about my experience for December, but at this point, I had to take a break from that because I was going to I had to go to my grandma's that time, so I wasn't able to finish talking about my experience in one sitting. I thought I would have enough time, but unfortunately that was not the case. But luckily I was able to have time to finish it off the next day. So you will definitely know that the next clip will involve the next day after I record this. So we're gonna go to there, and there'll be more talked about right there. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So let's get back to the video. So then the next day, on December 10th, I don't remember exactly where I worked, but I think I might have been working at Corona Plaza once again. And I think I made a total of 2 walk-ins, and that ended my walk-in drought. So that's really good. And 1 appointment and 1 commitment, I believe, while also making a total of 100 standard conversations and I believe 6 standard conversations. Again, it's been a while and I don't really remember much, but I think that's what it is. And I believe on that day, I think my team made a total of 7 appointments. And I don't remember they made commitments, but again, I lost track about it. But now we get to the final week, and the week I definitely remember the locations I got and all that. So, Monday, December 13th, I was working in Astoria Boulevard, and the place was dead and all of that. But once again, I didn't make any walk-ins, but luckily I was able to make an appointment, and I believe 3 commitments that day, while making 32 standard conversations and 2 extended conversations. I mean, I was making good progress despite no site near us, but then, since it was like the final week, they decided to finish work a bit early. I did want to stay, but we needed to go home and all of that. So at least we got something there. Then the next day, on December 14th, I was working at Corona Plaza once again. And I did very good there, because on that side I made a total of 3 walk-ins and I believe 1 appointment and 3 commitments, I believe, while making 70 standard conversations and 5 extended conversations, and there my team made a total of 12 walk-ins, and I believe 5 appointments and 6 commitments, I believe, again, but then just when things were doing good, on Monday, just like Monday, we finished work early again. I wanted to stay and do more, but I needed to go home and all that. Definitely better improvement. Then the next day, on Wednesday the 15th, I was working at Hard Playground again. Now I forgot to mention that when I was at Hard Playground the first time, we were there in the beginning, and then they moved us to Diversity Plaza, and we got people there. I mean, unfortunately, and also like the first time of Hard Playground, the second time there was also no vaccination site, but we have pharmacy near us and all that. So I believe for that day I made I don't think I made a single appointment that day. Oh my god! And I think I only made. I don't think I made any commitments there as well. Despite, for that day, I only made a total of 70 standard conversations and 5 extended conversations. I don't think my team did much either, despite making, I believe, 6 commitments. For a lot, it wasn't as good, but it was dead and all that. So then the next day, on December 16th, I was working at South Richmond Hill, which was a bit far, but I was familiar with that place, and that site there was really dead, deader than it's ever been. It's like there was no walk-ins and no appointments. All I got was 3 commitments, and that's it. And I only made 12 standard conversations and 2 extended conversations. Like, it was really that bad. It was really that dead there's not really anyone to talk to. Thankfully, during the lunch break, we finished early and all that. I think for my team, they only made like 1 appointment and very few commitments, which sucks. But it was really that dead. And then on Friday, December 17th, I was working at Oakland Gardens, which was really far, and I would have gone there the first time, but COVID test happened, and just like South Richmond Hill, it was also dead. But there was a little bit more people, and once again, there was no walk-ins and no appointments. All that happens but I did make 4 commitments. I made 4 commitments, so that's pretty good. And I made 40 standard conversations and 4 extended conversations. And my team, I made like 5 commitments, I believe. Like, not a lot has happened. And just like and then I got finished work early during the lunch break and all of that. So knowing that I work Mondays through Fridays, you would think the 17th would be the last day, or my final day with FCC. But I was not done. I was not ready to leave yet, because earlier they gave us an option to request extra days and all that. And then I asked, if I could work on the final day, and I got it. My final day, which is when everything ended, was December 19th on a Sunday, and where was it? Corona Plaza, for the final time that I got a lot. And let me tell you about that day. We ended FCC with domination. So So basically, instead of signing us where you want to go, it was our decision to choose where we want to go. I chose to stay at the park near the buses and all that, and that line, that line was super long. It was super long because it was going down a whole block. Because the thing is, there was like one bus for the vaccine and the others for testing. That it was insane, and we were bringing people in like crazy, and they dominated. I dominated because on that day, I made a total of 10 walk-ins, 1 appointment, and 4 commitments, and most of it happened in the first half. It's like that was an interesting. Like, what an interesting day that I had. But wait, it gets even better. My team also did well, as they made a total of 35 walk-ins. 35. And it's the final vac trick with FCC. And I also made the final FCC special. Right there. But wait, there was more. There were only 5 of us canvassing today on that day. 5. And through our hard work, we finished the day with a total of 60 walk-ins. 60. It was a very big day. It's like I told people to work, that I made a final speech that we need to work hard and everything, and we did. That was great. You couldn't have written a better ending if you found it in a storybook. And with that, it was over. My time with FCC is over. And what a career that was. I was only there for 2 months, but it was memorable and all of that. So now that it's over, I'll tell you about my results for December. So for my summary for December, I made a total of 28 walk-ins, 8 appointments, and 37 commitments, while making 764 standard conversations and 76 extended conversations, totaling up to 840 total conversations, nearly up to 1,000 once again, which I could have made if we were sent to busier places to talk to more people. And as for the team totals, my teams made a total of 47 walk-ins, 34 appointments, and 103 commitments. So as I said, the days that I completely forgotten about, so I could have said things wrong and all that, but I did my best and all that. So now that that's done, now that I'm finished with FCC, here is my final report of the performance done with FCC. Throughout my journey with FCC, I made my final total is 112 walk-ins, 20 appointments, and 146 commitments, while making 4,305 standard conversations, and 236 extended conversations, reaching my final total to 4,541 total conversations throughout my time with FCC. For my teams, their final totals with me are 370 walk-ins, 132 appointments, and 596 commitments. I made a total of 10 FCC specials and 5 vac tricks. My career best in walk-ins is 16. The career best in team walk-ins is 35, which happened on the final day. And my career best in conversations in a day was 221. A lot is done for my entire career with FCC, and this is an experience I'll never forget. It's like it's a shame that it ended on the 19th. It would have been better if it ended in the year, or if not when COVID ends. But things happen, and I'll never forget my experience there. I mean, it was the same as AM Trace, but it was still an interesting experience and all that. And you would think after that I would need to take some time to find a new job and all that, right? Well, just like the end of AM Trace, I had very little time to look for a job because I found one very quickly. Cause like just like AM Trace, I finished a job with FCC and then immediately found another one quickly. And what is that new job? You'll find out in the next video, which I hope it's very soon. And the new job is one of the many reasons why it took a long time for me to make this video and all that, and I apologize for that. So, but I'll post this as soon as possible, and when I get the chance, hopefully sooner rather than later, I'll have the time to talk about my new job in the next video. So stay tuned for that. But until then, my job as a canvasser with FCC is over, and it is something I never forget. To FCC, if you're watching this, thank you for hiring me, and thank you for letting me work with you in order to get people vaccinated against COVID and all that. I'll never forget my time with FCC and AM Trace, and these skills I will remember and use forever and all that. But this is the end of my journey with FCC. So I hope thank you for going through this entire journey with me. I hope you enjoyed this entire journey, and I can't wait to talk to you about my new journey with my next job, which will be posted soon after I post this one. But either way, if you want to watch this entire journey, here is a playlist. So I hope you enjoyed. So with that said, this has been Justin McGowan. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless America.